get very shy. So I'll see it right when it's out, but other than that, I don't really like to, I get pretty shy.
Is Katie Heron.
Man, you put me in there too, that's not part of the plan.
I didn't put you in there.
You mean I'm really nominated?
So that was a Mean Girls clip, and it's the scene where Katie finds out that she's nominated for prom queen. And this day was a really fun day. I just had such a blast on making Mean Girls. It was so much fun. All of the cast, we were always just hanging out together. We became such a close family. It didn't even feel really like work at all. I don't think we knew what Mean Girls was while we were doing it. No. You know, we were just a bunch of kids making a movie. So you never really know what to expect. Maybe Tina Fey had an idea because her writing was so on point. I get a lot of, it's October 3rd. I get that's so fetch, but I never actually, that wasn't my line in the movie. On Wednesdays we were pink, Glen Coco. Mean Girls was a lot of nonverbal acting for me because I had like no lines in the movie. It was like, it's October 3rd. It was all pre-tape voiceover, which was frustrating because everyone was getting to talk. I'm like, I need to say something. Acting-wise, I think my favorite moment was when I had to wear the Halloween costume because filming that was actually really tough. All of the other girls got to dress really beautiful and hot and sexy, and I had to just dress like this disgusting dead bride ex-wife. But I actually had fun helping do my makeup for that. But I think that was my favorite. Also because Katie got really emotional in that scene. And so that was fun to be able to do and kind of act in a different way. I had an experience like Mean Girls because I finished Mean Girls and then I went back to regular school and I wanted to like be on cheerleading and be normal, and there was girls on kickline and one of them like tripped me when I was walking in the hallway, and girls were pretty mean to me, so that's why I had to just, I was like, if I want to keep doing movies, I have to just homeschool because it wasn't working out anymore. I wasn't seen like that anymore. As normal as I am as a person, people didn't want to treat me like that. So I went through that, and my sister did really bad. It's dangerous when kids bully each other. It was good that Mean Girls showed a little bit of that. And a dark comedic side of it just to lighten it up, and I'm glad that everyone's learning to love everyone finally.
So, what I'm thinking is, don't freak out, okay? I think we should switch places. When camp's over, I'll go back to London as you, and you go back to California as me. What? Annie, we can pull it off. We're twins, aren't we? Hallie, we're totally and completely 100% different. So, what's the problem? I'll teach you to be me, and you teach me to be you.
There's so much about The Parent Trap. I'll tell you a little behind the scenes. When I found out it was my first movie audition, my mom said, Lind, you can go on this audition, but can you do a British accent? And I remember so vividly that day. I was singing in like to a microphone Madonna, like a virgin, running around the house. And so I did the audition, and my accent was, I guess, really good. That's why I say I'm still good at it, because I feel like it will never go away, because I kept studying it. Even young kids now are watching The Parent Trap, so they still, I think people hear my voice, and that's how they recognize me, because without seeing my face. Phenomenal.
I'm hungry. Got anything with sugar?
You're 5 hours late.
Can I just tell you what's really going on? Just so we don't get lost in what this really is.
I'd like to know.
My mother and stepfather don't like
I'm like, okay, I've seen it. That was Georgia Rule we just watched. And I felt so guilty playing like Rachel because she was so mean all the time in the beginning to people. But then she had such a good arc as a character where she really finds herself, and you see, you know, she was just like a lost soul and just needed to feel loved. So it was a really great role. Jane is incredible. She's a force of nature, and I love her, and she's just so beautiful, and she's so wise, and just her life has been so incredible that I was always asking questions.
I just didn't know if it was gonna be good or bad.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Hey, do you want to go someplace with me?
This was a clip from chapter 27, and the scene was really intense. I mean, Jared really immersed himself in the role, so he was really in character when we were there. Everything was the way that you're seeing it. I mean, it was he really became the character. I really became her, just like the fan who just wanted to be around John Lennon and the people that loved John Lennon. It was a very intense scene. I love acting because I feel like it's another form of therapy in ways where you can take on the role of another character and explore someone else's feelings and emotions and then create something that other people can also relate to, and it's therapeutic to me. And it's really good to just listen. Instead of just remembering your lines and the other person's last line or last word, you don't always have to say something to get a reaction when you're acting. It's really, when people get to watch you and it sinks in, that's when people connect with you.
Self-doubt didn't kick in until the morning, when I woke up with a heart as cold and as heavy as Mount Everest. It was the day the cast list went up. Why had I been so certain that I was going to get the lead? Miss Bagoli didn't say anything encouraging. Look what the wind blew. Look what the cat dragged on.
Lola was so fun to play because she was just so passionate and such a nerd when it came to like the things that she cared about. And I was still so young, and I remember Megan Fox got spray tanned and I wasn't allowed to get spray tanned, and I was really upset about that. And I wanted my hair to be blonder for the character, but they wanted it to be more red. So I was like trying to find a way that I could bleach it myself without them noticing, which I did, and then they noticed.